Emma Larson adjusts her thermometer by Iron Crag, the frozen lake groaning under a gray, heavy sky, the air biting at her fingers. She's 31, a biologist, camping with her students to study winter ecology, their laughter echoing as they set up tents. Her flashlight catches a figure, a man in a fur coat, face rimed with frost, clutching a frozen knife, standing on the ice. He's gone when she blinks, the ice cracking faintly, a blue glow lingering. Locals at the ranger station spoke of the frost, a trapper frozen in a 1900 blizzard, his body locked in the lake, his spirit luring campers under. Emma dismisses it, her scientific mind rejecting ghost stories, but the lake's groans grow louder, her thermometer plunging below zero despite the forecast. A voice, "Come," whispers through the fog, not her students, the air heavy with frost and decay. Her flashlight flickers, the beam landing on a skate blade in the snow, not there before. Iron Crag's icy pull tugs at her warmth, a frozen snare waiting to close. Emma huddles in her tent, heart pounding, as the frost rises from the ice, his fur coat crusted with frost, his knife glinting blue like a shard of the lake itself. His pale eyes glow, casting a cold light across the snow, shadows twisting into skeletal shapes. "Freeze," he whispers, the word crackling through Emma's radio, though it's off, the static warping into a brittle, icy sound. The lake cracks, revealing bones, campers, their skulls frozen in the ice, hands clawing upward as if they tried to break free. Emma's breath fogs, her lantern dimming, the air thick with the stench of frozen decay. Her radio screeches, "Emma," in a voice not hers, the sound slithering into her ears like ice. In the flickering light, her laptop's reflection shows her face, but her eyes are pale, her skin rimed with frost. The frost's 1900 death, a blizzard that trapped him, his cries unheard, pulses through the lake, a curse that binds him to this place. Emma feels it, a cold pull dragging at her mind, Iron Crag a trap closing around her, it's ice hungry for her soul. Emma stumbles into a lodge 15 miles from Iron Crag, her fingers numb, her laptop smudged with frost that won't melt. The frost's whisper lingers in her ears, a brittle, icy hiss that drowns out the lodge's hum. A caretaker, his face weathered like the lake's ice, sees her frost-streaked jacket and mutters, "You saw him." Over hot cocoa, he recounts 1900. A trapper, caught in a sudden blizzard, his body frozen in the lake, never found. He pulls campers now under the ice, he warns, his voice low. Emma's laptop buzzes, showing a photo of her tent, a knife inside, though she took no such picture. The lodge's radio crackles, the frost's whisper, "Stay," slithering through the static, the lights flickering. An icy handprint appears on the table, not hers. Emma's chest tightens, her camp by the lake marked her, the curse a cold weight on her soul, Iron Crag's ice calling her back, the frost's pale eyes watching her every move. Emma's snowmobile hums toward Iron Crag, the ice cracking under a gray sky, shards glinting like broken glass. Her radio, unpowered, whispers, "Freeze," in her own voice, a chilling echo that makes her skin prickle. The lake groans, a low, mournful sound, and the frost stands on the ice, his knife glowing blue, casting eerie light across the snow. His frost-rimed face flickers in the ice's cracks, pale eyes staring, unblinking. The path narrows, the lake closing in, Emma's flashlight catching tents and gear, frozen in the ice, their owners' bones locked below. Her heart pounds, her snowmobile sliding on slick ice, the air thick with frost and decay. The frost's voice, "Stay," whispers through the fog, through her mind, a cold pull urging her to step onto the ice. The lake hums, alive with the trapper's 1900 death, a blizzard, a freezing, a curse that traps souls. Emma's flashlight dims, her shadow showing not her face but the frost's, rimed and pale-eyed, Iron Crag a frozen snare tightening around her, its depths a grave she's drawn to. Emma's tent crackles, the canvas freezing solid, ice creeping up the poles like a living thing. The frost stands beside her, his hand clamping onto her arm, cold as the lake's depths, the chill sinking into her bones like a weight. His frost-rimed face looms, pale eyes glowing, his knife pulsing blue, casting shadows that twist into hands rising from the ice. The lake itself moves, forming icy fingers that clutch her boots, pulling them toward the frozen surface. Her laptop screen flickers, showing her face, frost-rimed, eyes pale, as if she's already frozen. The air chokes with decay, the lake groaning with voices, campers screaming, their bones cracking in the ice. The frost's knife glints in her shadow, though he stands before her. Emma's resolve frays, her biologist's logic useless against the terror freezing her mind. The trapper's 1900 freezing, a blizzard's betrayal, pulses through the lake, a curse that binds her, Iron Crag her grave, her escape a fading spark in the ice's pull. Emma fumbles with her snowmobile's ignition, the engine roaring to life as the ice cracks, a brittle wind carrying the frost's laugh, a sharp, icy sound that shakes the air. Her hands tremble on the handlebars, numb with cold, her breath fogging the visor. The lake stretches, ice splitting, the path vanishing into a frozen void. The frost's face, frost-rimed, pale-eyed, appears in the fog, his knife glowing blue. Emma's visor reflects her own face, but her eyes are pale, her skin rimed with frost, as if the lake's curse is claiming her. The ice groans, cracks spiderwebbing under the snowmobile, hands forming in the fog to claw at the treads. The frost's voice, "Stay," whispers through the radio, through her mind, a cold pull eroding her will to escape. Emma's a scientist, her logic urging her to survive, but her hands shake, the snowmobile swerving on ice, the fog alive with skeletal shapes. The trapper's 1900 freezing, a trap of wind and ice, pulses through the lake, a loop she's caught in, Iron Crag a snare tightening around her, her fear a pulse the frost feeds on. Emma collapses into a cafe, 20 miles from Iron Crag, her boots leaving icy trails, her laptop smudged with frost that won't melt. The frost's whisper crackles through her snowmobile's radio, left on outside, the sound slithering into the cafe's dim light. Her mirrors, snowmobile, cafe bathroom, are fogged, iced over, the knife glinting in their reflections, though Emma carries no such thing. A local, his hands scarred from years on the lake, sees her frost-streaked jacket and whispers, "The frost got you." Over bitter tea, he shares 1900. A trapper, frozen in a blizzard, his body locked in the lake's ice. "Melt ice, pray this prayer," he says, handing her a vial of water and a scrap of paper with words in an old tongue. "Do it on the lake, or he'll pull you under." Emma's laptop buzzes, playing a whisper, "Stay." Unprompted, the cafe's lights flickering, an icy handprint on the counter, not hers. The local's eyes darken, Emma's camp marked her, the lake's curse a chain around her soul. She grabs the vial, her plan desperate, the lake's hum vibrating in her chest, her fear a pulse the frost senses, the curse's wrath growing stronger. Emma stands on Iron Crag, midnight, the vial's water melting into the ice, her voice shaking, praying, "Release him, free his soul," the words nearly drowned by the lake's groans. The ice erupts, cracks forming hands, frozen campers, their bones locked in the lake, clawing at her legs. The frost towers before her, his face a grotesque mass of frozen faces, pale eyes blazing, mouths whispering the 1900 betrayal. His hands, cold as ice, seize her shoulders, his voice a chorus, "Ours." Emma's laptop, dropped in the snow, records her screams, the screen flashing her face, pale-eyed, frost-rimed, as if she's already part of the lake. The melted ice glows blue, the curse weakening, but the cracks widen, ice wrapping her ankles, the frost's knife glinting in her shadow. The lake shakes, ice splintering, the frost's wrath a living force, the prayer a desperate battle against a curse that fights to claim her. Emma's strength fades, her screams mingling with the campers' voices, Iron Crag a grave she's digging, her survival a flickering hope in the ice's pull. Emma's snowmobile tears through the fog, treads grinding on ice as she flees Iron Crag, the frost's laugh fading to a faint, brittle hiss in the wind. The lake falls silent, ice still, the fog settling like a shroud. Her laptop, clutched in her trembling hand, plays her prayer, "Release him," but it's layered with cracking screams, Campers trapped in the ice, their voices clawing at her mind. The fog outside her visor swirls, showing the frost's frost-rimed face, pale eyes glinting, though she's miles away. Her students, shaken, avoid her, unable to handle her haunted eyes, her hands scarred from the vial's heat, her jacket reeking of frost. At night, her mirrors fog, ice crusting their surfaces, the frost's pale eyes watching from the corners. Her sleep is fitful, dreams of freezing in the lake, hands pulling her under. A knife, not hers, sits in her bag, its blue glow pulsing faintly. The lake's frozen hum lingers, a weight in her chest, the frost's shadow flickering in her peripheral vision, Iron Crag's curse a chain she can't break, binding her to its icy depths. Emma unpacks in a new office, 250 miles from Iron Crag, the walls stark, the air heavy with a frozen chill that shouldn't exist in summer. The frost's whisper slithers through the vents, a brittle, icy sound that keeps her awake, her mirrors reflecting ice and pale eyes that aren't hers. Her dreams freeze in the lake, hands dragging her into its depths. A news report flickers on her computer, body found, Iron Crag, 1900 death. The trapper's remains, skeletal, knife gone, found by skaters. Campers report a woman, Emma's build, blonde hair, waving on the ice, pale eyes glowing, leading them toward cracks. Emma's mirror shows her face, frost-rimed, eyes pale, the lake's ice behind her, though she's far from Minnesota. Her landlord finds frost on the floor, though her boots are clean. Her laptop sits untouched, its screen still icy, her life unraveling, the frost's curse a cage around her soul. Iron Crag remains her eternal grave, its icy pull a weight she carries, the frost's pale eyes watching, waiting, forever. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can stay updated with more amazing stories coming your way. Join our community and never miss an adventure.